Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to delete data from one table after joining another table in SQL Server. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how we can delete data from one table after joining another table in SQL Server. So let's jump to the demo. I already created one of the video where I shown you how to delete data from one of the table, but we were deleting data from the single table and there was no join with another table. Okay, but in this particular video we will delete data from one table and we will delete it based on a join from another table. Okay, so only the matching records will be deleted. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me create two tables here, the customers table and the orders table. Okay, it seems like the tables does not exist, so let me create the customers table, insert some data, 6 records into it, then create the orders table and insert 3 records into it. Okay, so the tables got created, and now if you select the data, so this is the data from the customers table and this is the data from the orders table. So we have the customer ID common between both the tables. Okay, so what I want is that I want to delete all the records from the customers table, those have a record in the orders table. Okay, so for the matched customer ID between these two tables I want to delete the data. Okay, so if you look at the customer ID 1, so this is present in both the tables, in both customers and the orders table. But if you look at the customer ID 2, so it exists in the customers table but it does not exist in the orders table. Similarly, customer ID 3 is present, 4 does not present, 5 is present but 6 does not present. Okay, so 3 records present in the customers table according to the join on the orders table. So these 3 records, they should be deleted from the customers table. Okay, so how you can write the delete query? You can write like delete A, and we will alias our destination table from which we want to delete the data as A. Okay, so I will alias the customers table A, delete A from customers A, inner join, and now you need to join the second table, and which is the orders table, and you can alias it as B on A dot customer ID equal to B dot customer ID. Okay, so now what this query will do, this will delete the data from the customers table. You know, we are deleting from A, so this will delete the data from the customers table based on a join on the orders table, and we are joining on the customer ID column. So if you see here, we are using a inner join here, and I already created one of the video like how to use the inner join in SQL Server, and maybe I can share the link of that video in the description of this video. Now what I normally do, when I try to delete the data, so I just try to convert the delete query with a select query so that I know like how many records will be deleted. Okay, so for example, if you want to know like how many records will be deleted in this scenario, there are very few records, so you can just easily identify like what are the records by looking at it. But in case if there are thousands of millions of records, then in that scenario, no, you can't just compare the data by your eyes. Okay, so in that scenario, you just try to convert the delete query with a select query so that you know like how many records will be deleted. So instead of delete A, I can just write select A dot star. Okay, so this will return me the records, those will be deleted. So these are the 3 records, those will be deleted from the customers table. Okay, so now what you can do, you can just select the delete query and you can just click on execute and the records will be deleted. Okay, now before deleting the records, I also follow one of the precautionary method that I use the begin tran and the followed by either commit or the rollback. Okay, so what transitions do, they start a transition when you run the begin tran query, so it starts a transaction, and after that you can just do the delete or update whatever you want to do. And if you think that the delete are done correctly or the update is done correctly, then you can commit the transaction. And if you think that the updates or delete doesn't goes well, then you can just roll back the transaction and it will roll back everything whatever you have executed after the begin transaction query. Okay, so let me just show you the begin tran as well. So what I can do, I can write begin tran, and there is also one query select at the rate tran count, so it shows the number of transactions active in this particular session. So right now there are 0 transactions. Okay, so let me select the begin tran and execute this one. Okay, so it started a transaction now. So if you check the value of the tran count, it should be 1. Okay, so it means that there is one active transaction in this particular session. Okay, now what I can do, I can just execute this query, this delete query, and this deleted 3 records from the customers table. So if you check the data now from the customers table, the 3 records got deleted. Okay, but if you think that the data got deleted accidentally, okay, or suppose I had to execute the whole query, but by accident I just executed the first query, and now it deleted all the records from the customers table accidentally. Okay, so now what you can do, after the begin tran, you can just run the rollback. Okay, so what rollback will do, it will roll back all the deleted records. So I can click on execute, and the command completed successfully, and now the trend count should be 0. And if you check the data now, so you will get the data back. Okay, so this is how the begin tran and the rollback or commit works. Okay, now let me show you how the begin tran with the commit works. Okay, so let me start the begin tran again. If you see now, the trend count is 1. It means that there is a transaction started in this particular session. Now let me select this query and execute this one. So the 3 records got deleted from here, and if I check the data now, so the data looks good. Now there is one important thing, that if a transaction has been started, and if you will try to select the data from this particular table, if you will try to access the customers table outside of this session, then it won't allow you to select the data without using the with no log keyword. Okay, so suppose if I will try to select the data from the customers table, then it won't show you any data. The query will forever running. So I'm just trying to select the data, but it is not letting me select. Okay, this is happening because there is an active transaction which has put a lock on the customers table, so you won't be able to select the data. Okay, if you want to select the uncommitted data, then you can write the query like with no log, and then you can just select the data with no log. Okay, so this is how it works. Now because the data has been deleted correctly, so you started a transaction, so now either you need to run the rollback to roll back the transaction, or you need to commit the transaction to save the data to the database. So in this scenario, the data was deleted correctly, so I can run the commit transaction here. So I can click on execute, and the transaction got committed. Now if you check the value of the tran count, it should be 0. Okay, and if you want to select the data now with no log, then you can select the data as well. Okay, so the table got released now. So this was about the like deleting the data from a table after joining on another table, and using the transactions while deleting the data. You can download all the script that I used here from the link in the description of the video. Yeah, so I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.